Hey guys, welcome back. And yes, let's see what the market's got in store for us today at this PMI. Let's see. All right, so let's have a look. I'm going to take my face off here. And what I'm going to do is, before I go down to the nitty-gritty stuff, all right, so let's just look at yesterday quickly. So we still got this equal lows down here. I'm going to take that off. Equal lows was taken here, so I'm going to take that off, that off, that off, that off, that off. We went through that 50% of that volume imbalance on the weekly, and we took it out again. All right, so I'm taking that off, that off, that off, that off. All right, so we are looking for these equal lows. We still got this weekly gap that opened there, and then we've got nice equal lows down here. Will we go there? I don't know. That's what we need to find out. So consolidation, run down, run up, and let's see if we're gonna do anything around this. Let's go back to the minute quickly and see where we're at. All right, so let's see, there's some relatively equal highs up here. Let's see, 945. We did not get a proper, because I think that was PMI, right? Not the best, but anyways, this, let's see, 32, 30. So this is the fair value gap. It's spiked through it, so it's not the greatest. So at this point, we've got some liquidity. I'm gonna just mark this out so everybody can see this. There's some equal highs there. I don't know if this is really equal highs, but there's some liquidity there. So we stab in it, we broke down, broke lower highs, lower lows. And let's see if there's anything down here. All right, so for now, I'm just gonna keep an eye on this. I don't want to get caught on the wrong stuff here. There's obviously liquidity on both sides, on the longs and the sells, buy side and sell side. And yeah, so it all depends on where we're going to go first with this. Let's give it some time. Let me pop into an hourly quickly and see what we got here. Alright, so we're running these highs. These lows is definitely something I would look for. And then, but this is a key level to break through. Let's call it KL for key level. If we break through that, we will most probably go for these lows. If we go, and then we could target these gaps down here. So how far we are, key levels down here. Alright, so for now I'm just gonna sit back, relax and watch, and not try to be overly eager with this. Let's see. Alright, rule is 2 trades in the sessions, go and hopefully make money off those 2 trades. And the key thing here is to look for gaps. Alright, so this was a nice gap to sell off, to target that low. And we through this gap. So I don't know if we're going to go up here first and then see some sort of a, I don't know. Let's see. Give it some breathing space here. Right, so obviously I don't have a, I mean the only thing I can see is maybe these highs now. Maybe if we break above that we might go higher. And if we actually look at the 15-minute, just while we're there, so obviously this looks like something to push price lower, but if we break above that, guys, I'm most definitely going to look at this 21,000 level. It's up here. But if you look at these equal lows and that key level there to break through, those looks closer, but then I need price to come and close below this quite aggressively. And that's not what we're seeing right now. So right, so I'm most probably gonna mark out this here just to get some sort of a feel to see if we want to invert this to take these highs out. And I'm actually inclined to take this buyer, and I'll tell you in a second why I'm going to take these highs. Only reason I took that trade is if you look at this high, this candle closed above that high and the middle. So that tells me there could be some sentiment to push price higher here. And let's move it to that 700 mark there. Okay, let's see if we can push higher here, or is it just trapping us in there? Hope not. I need to see 50% of this wick price to close above that, and then potentially push us higher. Okay, so let's see if we can push up here. Right, guys, maybe in the comments below, let me know what levels you're looking for, and yeah, let's see how the market obviously reacts around those levels. I think this is a swing low, yes. Okay, so in the macro time, guys, 1050 to 1050 to 1010. So there's liquidity there. I'm expecting in this time now to run that liquidity at least, and not really turn around here. Not be the greatest if we do, but Alright, so this equal highs also lines up with the first 15 minutes range. That high to this low, we spike through this and continue higher. So I'm expecting this similar type of move on the top side or continuation. I don't know if there's news at 10. I know PMI was 945. Come on. It's 10 o'clock now. Let's see if we can get those pushes up, and that is it. How amazing. Alright, so liquidity was stuck there and it was targeted and we got what we want. Alright, so now let's see what's next, because it took out all these liquidity. Let's see if it's gonna okay, so we had one trade, 700 up. We're not gonna just push it here. Let's see if we can get some decent move or something that gives us opportunity. Okay, key levels down here, so we have not broken this high. We spiked through it, close below this. I might consider a short here. Alright, let's see. Yep, that's the key level. London low is that key level that we marked out. 297. Yep, that's it. That's the key level we've marked out earlier, so that's definitely alright. So let's do this. Let's give a thumbs up for that, because that's obviously important. Obviously this would have been a nice short, but I'm gonna wait for a better entry. The entry was up here, but I'm not trading that aggressive. If we get back into this IFEG, I might look for a short. I mean, we could put a sell there just for in case, see if we can get picked up. Obviously if we break this low, yeah, I'll just cancel this order. Nice volume imbalance here as well, and a little gap, guys. Show you, and you can actually include this whole section here, because that's part of the gap. And what you could do is say, listen, let's target that, see if we can get there. Maybe we're not going to get that entry, or maybe we get a push lower first, then we get there. Because if you really look at it this way, if you take this high to this low, that's not close to 50%, but if you take a low down here, then you get to that 50%. So maybe we see that push lower first, and then the retracement, or maybe we just step into it and continue, or maybe this thing is just going sideways and then we all bigger. Yeah, so let's see. Close. All right, now let's see. Okay, so we're in the trade there. Now we want to see these lows taken, so I'm just going to mark that out. And maybe we're just going to the opposite side of the world. I don't know, maybe fair value gap, IFG, nice big block. Hopefully it blocks and hold price to go lower here. And I'm just going to target these lows here for now. Let's see. Little volume imbalance up here, and if you really look at this now, boom, to this, that volume imbalance there, that is premium there. So you want to see price, maybe fill this and then come down. If it obviously closes above there, I'm out of this trade. I'll just collapse it. And then the next thing would be 50% of this, which is close to these equal highs up here. But let's see. Okay, I'm actually want to close this. Yep, I'm just going to close it. Don't like what I'm seeing here. It's pulling in too deep. Two trades flat. It's unbelievable, but it is what it is. Right, let's see, 50% is about here. See if that's where it's going to hold. Obviously, if we take this high out and close above that, then I'll obviously look for higher prices here. See, glad I took this off. It could drop again, but this can also invert there again, guys. We're inverting like a million times again. We inverted this fair value gap, inverted that, so not too keen. I think we might go up here, or if it wants to jig up and down here, then that's me. I'm done, because then we set up for one of those days again. Alright guys, just so you know, obviously I'll be back at PM. I'm not ending stream now. I'm going to sit here for another hour. But just so you guys know, if there's nothing real that's popping out now, we've always got the PM session later, and I normally jump on around 2:30 and sit here till 4. See how this wick respect this IFG 50% to the pip, and yeah, let's see if we can close above this level here. If we close above that, then yeah, we might want to challenge this high again. Alright, let's see. Let's give it some time here. Maybe it just smashed right through those highs. I don't know. But looks like where we are now, if we close like that, then above the 50% of this wick, and that could indicate that we can target this high and then maybe go higher. Yeah. Okay, so we close above this, we could test it and then go higher. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take this off because that's what happened. Then what I want to show you guys, if you got a bias where price will go higher, then you mark out fair value gaps. And I'll show you, let's see if it holds. Still time, we can fill this and then no fair value gap anymore. Right, this fair value gap is out. We can come all the way back now, and what that means, oh gosh, we could now look, this is a fair value gap, and I'm going to take this off because this fair value gap is now key for me. If we come and invert this, then these liquidities down here could be. But do we want to go there? I don't know. There's a wick in there. There's nothing that folds. So if we close below that swing point, then we could potentially see the fair value gap get run. Remember, guys, the highs that I'm marking out, it's not. I don't see like these highs here, a spike through it, as break of structure to go higher. We have to close above it. Then I would look, but those are all scalps, right? So you've got to look at this on a bigger time frame for the same reaction on a bigger move. But you then need good reason why price should go there, like equal highs, equal lows, or some obvious liquidity in fair value gaps. Okay, let's see. Guys, if you haven't yet, don't forget to throw me a like on this live stream. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it would be greatly appreciated if you find value just to hit that like button for me. Thanks. Alright, let's see. This is a key level, that is key level. Close above there, we'll target that. Close above here, we'll target this. Okay, we spiked through it. Looks like we still got time though. Okay, let me look at something quickly. Shoot, sorry, PMI was yesterday. Sorry, I've got the date wrong. Sorry guys. PMI was yesterday. Nothing today, nothing tomorrow. Then we've got unemployment claims on Thursday. Just want to say something is off here. Makes no sense. Spike through that. That doesn't give me confidence to go up yet. Alright, let's see. Okay, that's still fine for me. Okay, we've reached those highs, which is fine. Okay, so far no gaps. Only gap is this one down here. See if we can get some sort of a pullback here. Okay, so we in this gap here. Take this off. Mark this out. Boom. That is an interesting gap, guys. Let's see if we want to invert that gap or just collapse. So if we can get through that gap, then yeah, let's see. Alright, let's see if we can get through that gap. Then the inversion is good. Okay, let's see if we can mark something out here. And that is 2 to 1 is about boom there. Look, I'm not saying that's where we're going to, I'm just marking it out to see if that's potential place we want to go to. But then the swing low here should hold price. And we want to see a close above this high. Okay, let's see what's spending a lot of time in this volume imbalance, this weekly volume imbalance. That's the one thing that worries me, and liquidity to the upside. It's a long way to go, and yeah, we're struggling to get out of this volume imbalance. So maybe we just run up here and collapse, or maybe we just push aggressively higher. But let's see. Let's see how it all plays out here. And remember, today and tomorrow there's no news. Red folder news. If I say no news, there's no red folder news. One of those things again where prices just refuse to move. In this fair value gap, holding. Hopefully that's accumulating something to go higher. Nothing A plus around us. And even if when we ran this highs here, I wanted to see some decent move down, and we just refused to take that low out, and now we doing I don't know what up here. So I'm not expecting much here, but it's one of those days, I guess. I do expect to see these highs, maybe this high even, get ran and then come back and continue the sideways scrap to continue. Okay, 19,545, 19,545. It's a long way down. And I mean this gap, and then okay, whatever is lower down there, and like you can see, not the best. I mean, now we coming back down here, so obviously we didn't take a trade here, guys. This was just based on this fair value gap, and just missed that low, and we're back into this fair value gap. We broke out back in there. Now I'd like to see something higher just to take these out, and then most probably not like to see it come back into this range, but just looking at what we're seeing right now, that's most probably what's going to happen. And let's see how this plays out, and then I'll quickly go to a 1 hour and just show you guys the liquidity that we've been marking out all week. Okay, now we're up here. Now we're probably going to come back into here, or maybe this is a nice rejection to push price higher. Let's see if we can actually get this 2-to-1 type of setup here. Right, so let's see. 221. Alright, so now that we broke these, I must probably be at break even now and try to hold for that 221. Right, we'll get back to this now. I'm just gonna pop into the micro chart and go to hourly so you guys can see my liquidity. Alright, so let's look at the comments. 19,545. I see these equal lows, and these are at 19,600, 19,545. It's around here. Look, it can definitely, it's not going to run to the pip to that 600. It could definitely go lower. Then is that 19,545 is up for grabs. Then I've got these equal highs right here. And again, we're not going to go straight to that 965. We could probably go and stop it at 21,000. So those are the two big liquidities that I'm looking for this week. And like I said earlier in the week, or even yesterday, that I would have liked to see this equal lows get run first. And then go higher. But if we want to go higher first, then that's one of those things, right? So yeah, it's just one of those things. Okay, so let's see if we can go back here and go back to the 1 minute just to see what's happening. Alright, so in this case I think we could get stopped out because this black candle, the IFEG, could be the support. And if you're really going to mark it out, you'll see what I mean. 50%, we could be lucky that it just stab into that 50% there, or we might be unlucky here. So let's look at this, and that is a fair value gap right there. Okay, so we just got stopped there, so that trade was a stop at break even. And let's see what it wants to do from here. Alright, so we did say these highs maybe to run through it and then come back. And maybe I still get my wish for price to go lower first. That point there, if we close below that, that big black candle would be my resistance. I would look for price to go back into that and then sell off. Yes, guys, I'm on the June contract. The contract expired last week Friday, so it's NQM 25. And let me show you guys. Boom, 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 boom. So you just type NQM and Nasdaq, that NQ, and then you just obviously click on the 25 June contract and just add it to your chart. Alright. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think London low is definitely on the cards if what we've seen happening here, let me take my face off, Looking at these highs that we said, we might just run those and go lower, but I would not just sell from here, although we are, you know, in this space, but I'll take that off because there's some gaps here. Doesn't know, but my main thing is I want to see price close below the swing point here, and then this would be a target. If we invert that, then I would look for these lows, and then obviously the key level down here, that's the London low, and then that's equal lows, and that's how you move your targets all the way down. But for now, I mean, I need to see step by step to happen first, and currently it's not giving it to me. So at this point we refuse to take these lows out. So then I'm thinking, are we going back to that high, or what's the plan here? And I do think I'm leaning more that we're going to take these highs out, and yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's one of those things. So let's just keep an eye on this. Take this off because we screwing around here again, guys. There's nothing A plus here, but this is what we just inverted again. So this could potentially challenge this high again. Let's look at this. Okay, so let's see. 26.15. Okay, I think that high is up for grabs now. We got the test in this IFEG. We might run that again. Let's go back to NMQ and go back to the hourly and see. All right, so I'm on the 19604 is my you know, the equal lows. So I think it might get to that 19600 level. Right, let's do the 19600 on the 19600 sell side. If we break lower, then 21,000 buy side if we break higher. Boom. Okay, so those are my two targets for this week. Alright, let's see, going for that high. Just so you guys know, this IFEG, orange blocks is my IFEGs, blues are the fair value gaps, purples is the first fair value gap. Alright, this IFEG here, it's not an A+ setup to target these highs, because you would not really, that's not a good risk reward either, and it's not coming out of a fair value gap. If it was down here, yes, that would have been a nice setup to target a good risk reward. In there we go, through that high. What we normally would do to manage your risk is, once you break through that high, even if you poke through it, you move your stop to break even. You would have entered on the retest, but now you need a higher target. I know we've got some higher targets here, and maybe that's where we're going. I don't know. If we had taken this trade, let's see. There, and 221 is boom, 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 boom. It's there. Let's see if we can get 221. I would have reduced my risk to the 50% at that IFEG. And now let's see if we can get to that 221. Remember the previous 221 trade, we got broken even, and now we're trying a new one with small, minimal risk. Now these three candles down, that's where I think we should hold price. I mean, it would be really sad to see us come all the way down here to stop me out. But broken this high, we've got a fair value gap here, and that is where I think we should hold price. I mean, this thing could really spike through all of this, but close back into this fair value gap block. But yeah, momentum definitely looks bullish for this, which is it's one of those things, right? I mean, if we're going to that 21,000 level, it'll be a monster trade. Just want to mark this out so you guys can see if you've taken this trade. I mean, there's 221 as well. If you missed a trade down here, that could have been a new trade, and because of this block here, I think we can actually break it down to there, and this could just be a break even now. I would even move this first trade underneath this fair value gap, because I think that little black candle there could be the blocker for price to go lower. I wonder what price action would look like in the PM session then, if we get this nice push up. Maybe just a pullback, and maybe go a little bit higher tomorrow, and then maybe Thursday, run those equal highs and then pull back. I wonder. just going to put this at break even as well, because I think we're pretty close to that 2-to-1 target. Alright, let's jump back to the other chart quick. Let's see if we can spot something. 15 minutes. Let's go to a 4 hour and see. Okay, so in a 4 hour, we back at this volume imbalance here. It's a little bit of a volume imbalance. And that is the 2500 level. Break through that, we could see this fair value gap. We break through that, then maybe there's more aggressive move here to get through this fair value gap and into that equal highs. Something like this. Boom. Okay, so we've got some targets here, so just going to leave that on the table. So it's there, and we're saying on a 2500 level we're expecting that target 2500. That's the target. This one, yeah. Just make that a target. And let's see if we can get there. Alright, so both 2-to-1s has been reached, which is 1 break even and 2 profits. So that's a 4-to-1 on the risk side of things, and maybe you could have left 1 on to see if you can get to a higher target. That could give you another extra 1-to-1 or 1.5. That is if we get to the target. Okay. $2,500. Just the target now. Let's see if we can get there. The one thing that I don't like about these charts lately, guys, we get a lot of noise and then we got the slow grind up or towards certain levels. It's not let's get there. It's like we'll get there sometime. This year type of thing. Right, let's see if we can get something out of this next 10 minutes. In the next 14 seconds, we're entering the next macro time, which starting now at 10:50 till 11:10. And let's see what that, okay, so we're in it now, so let's see what it does. Is it going to go to the target, or are we going to go back to that fair value gap? Are we gonna get up close here? So I want to show you guys something. It's quite interesting. I mean, we've been following it for a while now. So there's a high, swing high. We came and we closed above that with a fair value gap. We test it and go higher. It's something we've traded a while. There's a bunch of highs here. Close above it. It's a little gap, but there's also a gap here. Smash through both of them, invert and go high. But this is something you guys can monitor and obviously keep an eye on. When we close above something with a fair value gap, there's a good chance that we're going to get into that gap. An entry to go higher. Okay, let's try this one. Not going to take a trade, I'm just going to mark it out, guys. If we keep this gap open and we close above that, let's see if we can test that to go higher. But we need to close above this. Not spike. It's got to be closing above that line. It's not going to give us that. Yep, it's not. The gap is still valid there for entry. Let's see. If we target this, yeah, let's see, 2 to 1 is here. Alright, let's see if we can get a 2 to 1 out of this. I mean, if this candle breaks down now and close below this low, then I'm most probably going to tell you guys we're coming back down to this range. Don't like to close there, but let's wait and see. Because obviously that's not a good sign, because we're inverting that fair value gap to the downside, and it looks like we're testing it now to potentially go lower. See why it's so important to get closes above highs. This, I mean, I know you would have entered here, you would have been in drawdown 0.5 to 1 because that's like 1 to 1 down there. You know, half of your position would have been drawdown, but let's see if we can break above here to go to that 2 to 1. If we can get this trade, then we had 3 trades at 2 to 1 that worked out. One got stopped out. I mean, that's a nice 6 to 1 on those trades. And that was just by keeping it simple, right? But I do think, yeah, we're starting to create this sideways move again. Alright, so we're out of that trade because we just got touched. And our 6 to 1 has now become a 3 to 1, which is 4 to 1, one break even, and one in a 1 to a loss. But that's fine. That's not the end of the world, guys. This is obviously paper trade account. This is not financial advice, and this is the channel where we're gonna journal and trade the journey here to learn together. And obviously, and hopefully make better traders of people that follows me. The other thing is I trade these on Nasdaq, guys, but you can trade this on, you know, any asset class, as I'm sure maybe the timing of it is different. But, you know, following these fair value gaps, liquidity, all remains the same. If we pin this and close above this low, then we might go up there. Okay, we close lower, so we might go to this fair value gap. And remember what I said earlier, if we close below this, then I actually think we could come back all the way down here. And if I take my face off, I'll show you. Alright, so let's do this. Okay, so higher high, higher low, higher high, pretty much higher lows from there, higher high, higher low, higher high, maybe a higher low to bounce here. But we'll have to see, because this is all liquidity here, and that's where we can see price seek lower for. Alright, so let's see what's happening here. Alright, so we've got a gap here. Maybe we invert this one to go higher. Yesterday I spoke about, you know, fair value gaps that's good to follow. That didn't touch this fair value gap here, but the market sells off. This was a black candle. People think, oh, we're going lower, and then pulls back. Yeah, it's fine, and then suddenly reverse to the other side. That traps people in that took a short down. Yeah, and that could be the case where this is a short to go lower. or because we got a target up here, we could potentially see something like this. Let's see if we can get the test. Nice to see some sort of a test here. That is if we decide to go there, because okay, so there's the test, so theoretically we'll be in that trade. Now this low must hold, and we want to see price go above there to get to our target. Nice thing about this trade at IFEG 50%, we tested that before we reject off that. It's always a good sign. But hey, this market can do whatever it wants. Right, let's see if we close above this little swing point here. I'll move my stop to break even and then target these highs into that target. Alright, that's a nice strong move there. Okay, we close above there, like we said, go to break even. Now the target would be this high here, which we just shot through now, and now we can target the 2 to 1. Alright, so if we can hit this target, that would be it from me for the session. So let's see if we can get there. Alright, so here we go again. We've got our gap. Hopefully we'll hold price here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Just push it up. Alright, so we've reached this target here. I mean, we could reverse from here to go lower. I don't know if this was the liquidity, but I was thinking that this 2500 could be some liquidity, but if it doesn't go there, then it's fine. Right, so we inverted that, and we most probably just going to test and then drop from here. So let's see, test that and then make our move probably lower. Okay, now we want to see higher prices taking that high out, and then hopefully that takes us to our target. Right, let's see if we want to push through it now. Push, push, push. Okay, so we threw the high now. Let's see if we can hit that target. Alright, so consolidation, manipulation back into that range, that's normally a sign of a bull market or bullish move, not a bull market, a bullish move. So all we need to see now is price going higher. Dum, dum, dum. See how this black candle stop at 50%? That's discount. And we went to the top, and now don't know, but that's where discount was. Yep, the slow grind is dreadful and I hate it. Just hate it. Alright guys, I think I've been staying, over the time limit here. Yeah, just leave that and see if it plays out. And I mean, makes no sense for me sit around and wait for that, but I think if we had traded all of these little setups, we would have been, profitable traded this session. It's not perfect, no A pluses, but yeah, thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for all the communication and the engagement in the chat section and the likes. I will see you guys later in the PM session, 2:30. I'll be online. Feel free to join in and let's see if we get something better. Alright guys, take care. Cheers. Bye.